Dude, my bracket was terrible. I think I ended with 430 points out of what was it, 19, 20 total. It was awful, very very bad. I just made my girlfriend pick one just for fun, just to see if she would do better than me. And she literally did not even pay attention to anything. She had a much better bracket than I did. So that was kind of.
It just shows though, dude. I mean, making the brackets is not. There's no formula. There's no art to it. You just have to get lucky.
Yeah.
Just like picking bowl games. Because you never know which team's going to show up during bowl season.
Yeah.
So and you know that both teams are going to show up in the NCAA tournament. You just never know which one's going to be hot, which one's going to be cold. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. But Major League Baseball began on Sunday. Also, a really good game in the nightcap with St. Louis and Chicago.
Yeah, that was a good game. Let's see. I don't know how much I watched of that one. I know I did watch.
Well, I watched the whole thing. I saw Gerchuk hit the home run in the 8th to make it 3-0. Contreras then hit the 3-run home run in the top of the 9th inning. And then what you saw was the Cubs were missing that closer with Aroldis Chapman. They were missing Aroldis Chapman, and you see it first game of the year. They don't have the closer, and they lose when they needed that guy to come in.
Yeah, but then again, I don't know. I don't know. You know, these managers nowadays, it's like like the first week of the actually even longer than the first week of the season, but the first week of the season especially. You know, they want to win these games, but it's not like they throw these guys that they need to win. I don't understand that. It's like, why don't you treat every game like we need to win this game, so you don't have to worry come October thinking like, oh, you know, we need to win 15 of the next 20 to even to win the division. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's super lax when it comes to like the first few games of the season, especially pitching wise. You know, they don't want to burn anybody out, which is understandable.
And then Bumgarner hit 2 home runs and led the major leagues in home runs after the first day of the year. Yeah. That's crazy. He's special.
He really is.
If he ends up hitting over 5 by the time they're at the All-Star break, they need to just let him in the home.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
what they should do is they should do one pitcher per American League and National League and have them face off.
Or, I mean, the home run derby is getting kind of whack anyway. Just let all pitchers do it. Give the hitters some breaks. Let all pitchers go out and do it. Come on, man. You know that'll be fun.
No. You wouldn't see near as many home runs. You got none.
Dude, there's some pitchers out there that can hit home runs.
There's some that can hit them, but they're not going to sit there and hit 27 like Josh Hamilton did.
Yeah, but that come on, that gets old.
No, it doesn't. That's cool to see.
All right, well, yeah, when somebody hits like that, but how often does that happen? Not very. I mean,
it still doesn't matter. You're not going to get that with a pitcher. You're not. I mean, the odds of them. The only one thing I see that would hit double-digit home runs is Madison Bumgarner. They don't hit every day.
I don't know. Just with, I bet Madison Bumgarner hits every day.
I mean,
I bet he hits every day.
He might.
Did you see today the guy for the Reds? He's a pitcher, and he was a pinch hitter, and he hit a home run as a pinch hitter. I don't know why he was pitch hitting. I guess in
the 6th inning.
Yeah, I guess they were running low, but I mean, apparently they made the right decision. But I don't know. I mean, to me, the home run derby is fun for the first few batters, and then after that, it's like, oh, you know, let's speed this thing up. I don't know, but it really is impressive what Madison Bumgarner does. He hits more home runs at a higher percentage rate than he gives up home runs, which is really impressive, and especially
also it may have been you. I don't think it was you, but Bryce Harper in his last 230 something at bats has hit 11 home runs, and Bumgarner in his last 200 and something at bats has hit 11 or 13 home runs or 14 home runs.
It's incredible because I mean Bumgarner in the year with probably like 5 home runs maybe. What do you end up with last year? 7.
Yeah.
I mean, and this guy's literally playing once every 5 games, so he's getting a 5th less at bats, and also he usually doesn't even play the entire game. So I mean, he's really missing out on 1 at bat there. So. I mean,
on average, yeah.
Oh, yeah, on average. So
he's normally getting about 2 at bats a game.
Yeah, I mean, he gets 2 at bats a game, and he pitches. I don't know. He pitches probably around 30 games, maybe a little more than 30 a year. Yeah. So that's like he probably gets about 80 at bats a season, maybe a little more, and he's hit 7 home runs. That's impressive. That's really impressive.
Really is. Yeah.
I mean, the man can hit,
but
he's a stud.
I'll say I was surprised that your Rays beat the Yankees 7-3 the way they did on opening day.
I was too. I don't know what to expect from them.
Expect what you're getting with the Braves.
I never let my hopes get up.
The Braves have good starting pitching. I mean, these first 3 games, it's been good. It's the bullpen that's come in.
Have they scored a run yet?
Yeah, they won last night.
Didn't they go a while without scoring a run?
They went the whole first game. They didn't score much yesterday. They scored 2 in the 12th. So in 21 innings played, they scored 3 runs. They scored 2 tonight through 7. So
yeah,
they scored 5 runs in 28 innings. But they're also facing one of the best pitching staffs in Major League.
Yeah, they are. The Mets, they got a really good staff.
With Syndergaard and Matt Harvey's throwing tonight, and then who threw yesterday? The other one with the long hair.
Matt's? No. Who is it? DeGrom?
DeGrom, yeah. Yeah, DeGrom threw yesterday. So, they've basically got a big 3, kind of like the Braves did when they had Matt slapping smoke. I mean, not as good. I'm not comparing them to them. I'm just saying, they got a big 3 like the Braves did then.
Right.
They just don't have the hitting.
Right.
The Mets, let's say if the Mets had Washington's lineup, the Mets would be World Series favorites. I mean, easily.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't. You really, when you think about it, they don't really have they got Cespedes.
That's it.
I mean, that's
David Wright stayed hurt the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all they have.
Lucas Dudas, he's good. He's decent.
Yeah.
He can hit a few out. He's going to hit 20 home runs, but he's not going to, he'll be 240 with 20 home runs.
Yeah.
So,
is Murphy?
They just don't have the big name. He's with the.
Is he with the Nationals? Yeah, he's with the They should have kept him. I couldn't remember if he went from the Nationals to the Mets or Mets Nationals, but yeah, and then the Braves.
The Braves have a lineup where they could maybe finish close to 500 once they get going a little bit, but they're just not a very good hitting team. They're not deep at all.
How did Bartolo do? I didn't.
He did well.
I
mean, he gave up 1 run or no runs. He got no runs. I think there's 7.
Who's pitching more?
For the Braves?
No, yeah, for the Braves.
I don't know. They go to Pittsburgh.
Huh.
I think it's
Dickey.
It might be Whistler. Or it might be Dickey.
Because I haven't really heard much about him lately.
Who, Dickey?
Yeah.
He came in relief when they played Friday against the Yankees.
So is he not starting?
I mean, I don't think he's
Friday. That was the exhibition game.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah. But,
and then you also got NHL playoffs will be starting next week. I'm pumped.
That's next week?
Yeah, next week.
Soon, man.
Yeah. Basketball's winding down. They've already played. They only have 5 games left in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know. Basketball is just. The
Cavs. Their playoffs start a week after the hockey playoffs.
Oh, does it really?
Mm-hmm. So we're getting into the thick of things with both of those.
We really are. Who's looking good for the NHL?
Well, in the NHL, you got Chicago and Anaheim. They actually play tonight, but they're the top 2 teams in the Western Division. With Anaheim's at 101 points, Chicago's at 108, and then you got the Capitals. Are sitting there at last time I checked, they were at 112 points, and that was a few days ago. So Capitals are good. They've won 50 games this year. They were 50 and 18.
What is the President's Cup? I forgot about that.
The President's Cup?
Yeah, isn't that a thing? No.
In hockey?
Let me Google it real quick, see what it is. But so NHL starts next week. What day is it? Wednesday.
Yeah. So you got Montreal, they got 101 points, and they're in the Atlantic Division. And then Washington has 116 points. They're 54, 18, and 8. That's an unreal record. And Pittsburgh's right behind them at 49, 19, and 11.
Yeah.
Okay, whoever finishes with the most points.
Yeah, that's the President's Trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just looked that up.
And then Minnesota is sitting there at 47, 25, and 8. They're second in the Western Central Division. And Chicago's 50, 22, and 8. and they're first in the Western Central. Anaheim's 44-23, 13, and is first in the Pacific. A win tonight clinches the first place for them, and then the Oilers are 44-26 and 9 with 97 points. So the 4 points that separates them is that Anaheim tied 4 more times than Edmonton did.
Yeah.
So right now Anaheim would be matching up with the Calgary Flames. Nashville would match up with Chicago, but that can change. Nashville and Calgary are tied. They're in the wild card right now, and Calgary holds the tiebreaker over Nashville. So, hockey, here's what's weird to me in hockey. You play within your division. So, like, the Ducks could be matching up with Calgary, who's in the Pacific Division with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then Chicago and Nashville's in the Central Division together, and they could match up in the playoffs. To me, I thought that I don't really get it's weird how they do it.
How is it set up? Like, okay,
the first 3 teams.
Is it like the Eastern and the Western Conference?
Yeah, you got a Western and an Eastern.
Okay.
The Eastern has the Atlantic and the Metropolitan. The Western has the Central and the Pacific. And then the top 3 teams from each division, each like Western, Pacific, all that, they make the playoffs. And then in the Western Division, there's 2 wild card spots. And so Nashville and Calgary has clinched those wild card spots.
Okay.
Well, Nashville or Anaheim would be they would finish first in the Pacific, but they're behind Chicago in the points. So Chicago gets to face the second wild card team, and Anaheim faces the first wild card team.
Okay.
And then the number 2 team, so like Edmonton would face San Jose, and St. Louis would face Minnesota. You face within your division. So you're going to face, if you're number 2 in your division, you're going to face number 3 no matter what, which is stupid to me. I don't know why they don't cross.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because they play each other all the time.
Yeah. So it's weird. I don't understand why hockey does that. But
so how do they do? Hockey does it. Was it home, away, home?
Hockey does it. They do 2-2, 1-1. Yeah.
2-2-1-1.
2-2-1-1.
I was thinking about that on the way here. You remember how we had that debate last summer when we were talking about, or I guess it was during the World Series maybe. You know how if the MLB should do the 2-2-1-1 instead of the 2-3-2 series? I was thinking, I think last year I said 2-3-2 for the MLB, but then I kind of feel like 2-2-1-1 would be a little bit better.
2-2-1-1 is better just because it's better.
Oh, wait. I think 2-2-1-1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-2-1-1-1.
But it's better because if you give a team 3 games, if they steal a game at the other, then all of a sudden the home field turns right back to them. And when you've gained home field advantage, that's not fair to you.
Right.
Because then you have to go play 3 straight games kind of with your back against the wall. Because, the other team basically is home. They have to win all 3 home games, and they win the whole entire thing. So,
yeah.
I think the 2-2-1-1-1 is a lot better format.
I kind of want to go back to baseball real quick. Just thought about this. Have you seen a lot more intentional walks?
No.
No, you haven't? I watched a couple games. I haven't watched much, but the few games that I did see, there was like a couple intentional walks. I know the Padres intentional walk the Dodgers like twice in one game. It was really surprising. I guess I tweeted out that I think that this year there will, especially in the National League, there will be more intentional walks because now, I don't see if you get a guy on, if it's the 8-hole hitter, the guy that hits right before the pitcher, and the pitcher is somebody other than Madison Bumgarner pretty much. Once that guy gets up, if there's nobody on, and it doesn't even really matter how, I guess specifically 2 outs, but really, yeah, I probably wouldn't do it with less than 2 outs. But if there's 2 outs, nobody on base, and the 8-hole hitter's up, just don't even pitch to him at all. Just skip him and get to the pitcher. Unless I guess you feel like you can really get him out, then you can get him out, and then the next inning get the pitcher out. But then also, they might DH for him depending on how late in the game. But I was just wondering, that's just one thing that I noticed. I hadn't remembered in the past Major League Baseball games that I'd watched, seeing many intentional walks. But they had another one in college baseball. They had a walk-off intentional walk.
Yeah.
Ole Miss and was it Southern Miss?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My girlfriend actually went to that game. It was in at the Mississippi Braves Stadium, but she got tired and she left early. I told her, I was like, "Why'd you leave? Like,